Now, one important option that is available to links has to do with the link title. So the link title, just like we've seen earlier, allows you to add some kind of descriptive information about what that particular link is doing or is about. So let's take a look at how to go about that in WYSIWYG Web Builder. In WYSIWYG Web Builder, you can go ahead to add titles to any kind of links you create in here. So being a text link, being navigation, being buttons, and so on. So let's take a look at this, starting with a navigation. So once I double click on this, and then I see maybe home, and then I get to specify this particular page at the top section here, over here instead, you get to specify the title for that particular link. So I get to say maybe home page. And then when I click on OK and click on OK and then preview this, once I hover my cursor on that particular link, it is going to give me an information about that link. That should be home page. Let me just see that here. I don't get to see that. Let me just come back and then make sure I created that right. So here's the title. That's the link title. Let me go ahead and then select the home page, the page I want to use as my home page. And then come back here, click on OK, click on OK, and then let me preview this again, and let me be sure if I see the title. So I don't see the title in here depending on the browser I'm using. Let me just go ahead and then open up Chrome and then make sure I see the title in this. Let me just copy this link, bring it up to Chrome, and then hit on, let me just put my cursor on it over here. It seems I don't see the title here either. Seems something might be wrong. Let me just create this on a different menu, and I think, let me just say portfolio page. Click on OK, click on OK, preview this. Let me come to the portfolio page. It doesn't show me any title. Let me just come back here to Chrome and see if I can find that showing here on Chrome. So I don't have it showing on Chrome. Let me try Mozilla to see if it's going to work on this one as well. So let me paste that and then preview it in the browser and then put my cursor on it, and it looks like it's not showing. Well, that's fine because that's a navigational navigational object. It's probably that's why it's not showing. Let me just inspect this to be sure I have my link titles. It seems I don't have my link title created. That could be the reason why. So let me try to find out why that is so. So let me just come back here. I have my title here, and this should be in this page. Let me just go ahead and then select a page and click on OK, click on OK. Let me preview this and see if I have that showing. That's not showing. That's not a big deal. That's not any problem at all. Let me come back and then take a look at the other options available in here. So we have About Us. Let me go to the link. This happens to be a button here, or a shape which has been converted to a button. And then let me say this is linking to the About Us section. So let me just say About Our Company. Click on OK. Now let me preview this in the browser, and then let me hover my cursor on the About Us, and I don't know if you saw that. So that's what we have in there, About Our Company. That's the title of this particular link. So it also gives us an idea about what we're actually clicking on, or what once we click on it, it's actually going to take us to that particular page, or what our pages are going to be about. So we can create titles for image links. So once you come to the image link, you see the title section, you get to specify the details for that. You can create for text as well. So once I highlight on the text, I go ahead to link this. Let me just come back here. I go ahead to link this. I get to specify the title for that particular that's text link over there as well. Now, as part of that, there's one option which is very important here. I don't know if you've noticed, has to do with the do not follow this link option in here. Now, this particular link also aids in search engine optimization, which we will come back later on to talk about it. There's another aspect of this of WYSIWYG Web Builder that talks about that. I'll come back to talk about that later in this particular course. So that's just about how to go about creating your link or adding titles to your link, which is very important. So just like I was saying, titles gives an information about a link once it is going to be clicked on or once it is hovered on, so that whoever is going to click on that link gets to know what is going to be expected or what is likely to happen once that particular link is clicked on. So this also aids in search engine optimization. Robots also looks out for this once they are, scanning through your website or crawling through your website. So you might probably would want to apply link titles in an appropriate way in your WYSIWYG Web Builder project.